Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have not done a walk in downtown Seattle for a while, so we're going to walk from Seattle Center down to downtown, and I think we're going to follow along the monorail, which is right up here. So we'll just go right along that way and see what downtown's looking like today. Alright, let's get into it. Still lots of construction going on, lots of new buildings going up, so we'll be going towards the Denny Triangle as well, and that's pretty much all new. So for those of you that don't live in this area, the monorail runs from Seattle Center down to Westlake, and it only has two stops, one in Westlake and one in Seattle Center. It was built for the World Fair 60 so years ago, and it kind of a cool, unique thing. They just never really did much with it, but it's definitely an iconic piece of Seattle. It's actually a pretty nice day today. I think it's like 75 degrees. Just got done with another video we'll be posting about the Pokemon Go Fest 2022 in Seattle Center. Wasn't really something I know much about or very interested in, but it was kind of fun getting to see the people there that were enjoying it and having a good time. So definitely nice to see lots of people around. Chief of the Squamish, Seattle. Open place. Oh, too bad they don't have the fountain going. So one of the things people keep asking me about is safest ways to get places. Really, if you stay away from 3rd, going from downtown to Queen Anne area up north, or down to Pioneer Square to south, that's really the only area that I would say really to stay away from. If you're heading down 5th like I am whoa! If you're heading down 5th like I am right now, as I almost trip over that rooted sidewalk, it's really not that bad. Like, you just gotta be aware. They've cleaned out most of the encampments that have been around the area, but we did notice when we were here last week, some of the encampments were cleaned out, and then they just popped up in other areas, so they're still there. They definitely have, the city has cleaned up the areas around where the touristy areas are, which is nice to see. Things are getting cleaned up. We actually were driving home on 99, and as we were driving home, there was a full response for a shooting in Aurora for a huge homeless encampment out there, and they had shut down a portion of the road, and at least 10 police cars, a bunch of fire, and I guess somebody had been killed in one of the encampments over there. So last Friday they did go ahead and clean that encampment out as well. So, you know, they're trying, but it's one of those things where they seem to be doing it as problems happen. So if there's a stabbing or if there's a shooting, you know, it's a pretty regular occurrence. If you look at our news, there'll be some kind of event that's happened in an encampment or around an encampment, and the mayor has made it very clear that he's not going to remove people from homes. So instead, what he's going to do is he's going to focus on trying to get them alternative services, which in my view is you're asking for them to get hurt and harmed, because if you're not taking care of yourself and you're around other people that are mentally unstable, the odds of them hurting themselves or others just increases with drugs being mixed in and other illegal activities. So it hasn't been fixed, but I have been happy to say that when we've come down as a family, or today when I've come down by myself, you know, it's really not as bad as what I was seeing even a couple of months ago. If you look for it, you're gonna find it. You know, it's still there. They haven't fixed it, but they're at least making it so that tourism can do what tourism does, and people can enjoy the city, which I'm happy to say I can do with the family. And you just got to be aware of certain areas. So I think this walk is just around a mile, so really not too long of a walk to get from Seattle Center down to the downtown Westlake area, where all the shopping is. It's another thing that's going on. I'm sure a lot of you have heard on the news, Starbucks is closing down locations in high crime areas. There's talks that it's because they're trying to bust the unions. Good portion of those stores are unionized stores, but you know, one of the stores that's at Westlake, it's in a very heavily crime-riddled area, and it makes sense, you know, as a business. Do you want to keep on risking those issues? So we'll see that Starbucks, which actually closes at the end of this month, and I think there's like 5 or 6 other ones in the city that are also shutting down. And there's been talks that there will be more as well.
It's the same thing.
Favorite breakfast places in Seattle or near Seattle? I would love to hear what they are. Tried to go to Beth's Cafe this morning. I heard on the news that it was opening back up on July 8th, I believe, and it was still closed. So a little disappointed that Beth's Cafe was closed. I thought for sure it would be open since they had posted online that they'd be back open, but definitely weren't. So we found a place called Pete's Egg Nest, and there are actually 5 of them apparently around the King County area. It was actually pretty decent. So I got an egg scramble, it was good. The hash browns weren't the best, but they're okay. Price was decent. Everything with inflation and everything going on at post-COVID, I mean, I guess you're just gonna expect to spend $20 at a minimum, and that's about what I paid with tip for coffee and a meal. So not the best, but not the worst. And it was enough that it's powered me through for the whole day. I haven't eaten anything except for a coffee, so yeah, at least did its job. There's talks of King County bringing back a mask mandate. We're starting to see that happen around the county. I really hope it doesn't happen. It seems like most people are not wearing masks anymore. There are obviously still some people that are, and I think we should keep it that way. Make it a personal decision. So yeah, as you can see, that monorail comes by quite often, so it's back and forth, and it's only a 3 to 5 minute ride. It's really not a long ride at all. But you know, instead of spending money on the monorail, it's nice to take a nice walk. And I've never actually walked along 5th all the way to downtown, so figured it'd be a good little walk to do. We've had a very, very mild summer. So mid 70s today. They're saying 80s next week. And we are going to be maybe into the 90s, they're saying. And people are getting kind of worried about it. We only get a few weeks a year where it's ever that hot, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. The rest of the country has been real hot. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, we've been pretty fortunate, but it's also been kind of a gloomy summer. It's been kind of overcast, not really a lot of rain, but just not any heat. We are coming into downtown. Gonna walk across the street and show you the statue that's over here. And I think I'm gonna get a bottle of water or something to drink, because I am definitely feeling parched. So right over here, this had a homeless encampment with lots of tents. Looks like it's mostly cleared out. We got a few stragglers, but not too much. This park, actually, if you call it a park, that area had quite a few as well. John Hart M. Gray. Can barely read that. It definitely smells absolutely horrible. This whole area smells like feces and urine. So definitely not the cleanest. Macy's building down there. Macy's used to be the Bon Marché quite a few years ago. They left the downtown, just weren't making enough money, crime, and just kind of the downturn of the area. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink really quick. Hi there.
Hi. You want a bet?
Good to go?
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good one. All right, welcome to downtown Seattle. Let's take a look around. So as we've talked about in other videos, the police force is so limited down here now. They've actually hired private security for a lot of downtown. So Nordstrom's and most of these stores, just like that Bartell's we came out of, they'll have security guards posted at most places trying to deter theft and keep things safer. So this Starbucks right here will be shut down at the end of the month. So you will no longer have a Starbucks right here. You'll still have the one that's in Pike Place, and there's honestly Starbucks all over. So it's not like it's a huge deal. So this would be Westlake Park. They got some kid stuff. They have all sorts of games to play over here. Honestly, I would not bring this park. At night, you're gonna see people urinating in here. Usually does not smell the best. And this kind of is an area after dark you just don't want to be in. Like, I would not sit in any of these chairs or tables. I will say with the hotter weather, a lot of these streets smell pretty horrible. All along here is not the most pleasant odor, what I'm smelling. So as you can see, we still have quite a bit of boarded up buildings, drug use right over here. It's just blatantly using right in front. You know, if you talk to the police, they don't arrest them anymore, so they just do what they're gonna do. And everyone kind of just walks around like that's kind of normal now, unfortunately. I don't know how many times I've walked past that Monorail Espresso. It always smells delicious. I have not tried it. If you have, let me know. Is it worth grabbing next time I'm down here? Nike store has quite the lineup. I don't know if they're releasing some new product or if they're minimizing how many people are coming in now.
Okay, the Nike store has a long line. We're not gonna talk.
So Gameworks closed down during COVID. They do have Dave & Buster's opening up quite a few places around King County and Snohomish. So I guess that's going to kind of take the place, but we lost that because of COVID. I haven't been there in years, but we will be back here at the Seattle Convention Center next month for PAX. So that'll be fun to get some stuff for that. But Seattle Convention Center goes on that side and goes across. Alright. We'll walk along here, head back down towards Westlake, and I think we'll end it at the Pike Place Market. Just finish out down there. Let's see how long we've been walking. So yeah, 33 minutes. Should be there in about 7 minutes or so. I think that'll be a good spot to end it. Hope everyone's summer is going well. It's been not too bad of a summer. We got a couple trips in, got to the cabin a couple of times, went over to Crescent Bar in Eastern Washington and did some camping. Family reunion is next month, which we're looking forward to, and we're hoping to get out to Seaside, Oregon. So if you've ever been out to Seaside, Oregon, or the Washington coast, like Ocean Shore, Seaside, kind of similar to that, but looking forward to that trip as well, which we're not quite sure how it's going to play out yet. That's kind of interesting. I don't know what the heck that is supposed to be. But they, alright. Well, I don't know why they would put that on the Macy's Bon Marché building, but okay. So something else to keep in mind, if you're in downtown, don't get suckered into paying too much in the touristy spots. They have Targets, they have Walgreens and CVS's. Just take a little bit extra time. Don't get sucked into that normal tourist trap paying $3 or whatever they're going to charge you for bottled water and other things. Like, you have some options downtown, so just look for them. So we're going to come into Pike Place off of Pike. We're just walking down 2nd right now, and we'll head in over on Pike. closed for unknown circumstances for Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh my god.
You might want this picture here.
How are you? Oh my God, you're up here. Yeah. Hey, it's up here. See there?
Saint Michelle is.
Ôi chụp gái không? This is pretty much after hours for Pike Place Market, and it's packed. Like, cool to see the city kind of thriving, things coming back. Everything looks relatively like we did before, so hope we don't go back into another lockdown, and hope things keep going the way they're going. But anyhow, that's going to be the end for this video. Until next time, keep exploring, and we'll talk soon.